Hi there. Today I am going to be talking about how to get children with autism or signs of autism to wear a mask in the community where it is required. Hi there. I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, autism mom, behavior analyst, and best-selling author. I come on here from time to time to provide you with some of my ideas about turning autism or signs of autism around. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can do that now. And don't forget to hit the notification bell too, so you're notified when I do these videos. So today I answered a question from my online community, which is attached to my online course, about how to get a child to wear a mask. So I thought I would do that, play that for you so that you might be able to figure it out too for your kids. I know many of us have struggled with this. So let's get to this excerpt about how to get kids to wear a mask. Okay, we got a question on masks and how to get a child to wear a mask. And obviously, everybody in the world knows that we are still in the middle of a pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. And so starting in March of 2020, but really then masks weren't really considered needed or required until more like the later in the spring and summer. And then all of a sudden, places like schools and churches and airplanes, hospitals all required anyone in the United States 2 and over to wear a face covering. And in some countries, I just was talking to somebody where it was 12 and over had to wear a mask. I forget what country that was. And but in the United States, it's 2, which is kind of crazy. And then under 2 would be like a suffocation risk. So I do know that parents can get exemptions, medical exemptions about masks from their child's physician in many cases. But that little slip of paper might not work in places like airplanes. And I would not want to just risk showing up because it just seems like airplanes are just really very, very strict. But I also know as a registered nurse and a behavior analyst that anything can be desensitized, including wearing face coverings. I have previously done video blogs on dental work, on getting haircuts. I've done a podcast on desensitization. In my new book, Turn Autism Around, I have chapter 13 all about desensitization, and I give the steps for how to repair bath time, which suddenly became aversive for a child. So I hear people say my child won't wear headphones, so our house is chaotic. But I'm here to tell you that you can desensitize headphones for sure. I've done it a number of times. But today we're going to talk about masks and how to desensitize masks and other face coverings, because that seems to be a bigger issue for many of us. Okay, so the first step of the 4-step Turn Autism Around approach is assessment. So we have to look at, is this child able to wear a mask or a face covering at any point? Are they tolerating other things? Like, will they wear a hat? Will they wear headphones? Will they tolerate teeth brushing? And you might think, well, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, actually it does, because kids that won't wear a mask or won't wear headphones probably are sensitive to different foods, to clothing, to textures, and it can become a big problem for them. So the first thing is assessment. Will they wear other things? Will they tolerate a mask at all? The second step is to make a plan. And this shouldn't just be a plan like, hey, I'm going to force my kid to wear a mask on our way to daycare. that's not a plan. Because if a child is pushing you away, is ripping off the mask, or is crying, that is not a good procedure to be using. We don't want a child or any human to be upset at any point, let alone for minutes or hours of a day. It's not helpful. And I know that we can scale it way back and teach a child how to wear a face covering if and when needed. Okay, so I believe a big part of the Turn Autism Around approach is to pair up a table and chairs. So if it's a very little child, we want to pair up a small size table and chairs. If it's a larger child, a card table or that sort of table. And we want it to make it comfortable for both the adult and the child. So if it is a very small table, you don't have to sit in a child-sized chair. You could carry it over to a sofa where the adult could sit on the sofa and the child could sit in a child-sized chair. So we want to pair up the table, not just for language and learning skills and imitation and matching, which provides a nice structure for those kind of tasks, but also to teach and desensitize to other things. So at a table, I have worked on desensitization to haircuts or looking in the mouth or headphones. And we can do the same thing at the table with children with autism or signs of autism. So one thing to look at is there are different types of masks, obviously, and face shields, which a lot of people forget about. Now, sometimes, depending on your location in the world, maybe face shields aren't acceptable, but in the United States, where my son has gone, face shields have been an acceptable face covering. So, and I have found that face shields, he tolerates both a mask and a face shield, but face shields are better for longer duration tasks, like when he volunteers at the food bank, for instance. Also the nice thing about face shields, if I'm wearing a face shield and he's wearing a face shield, and we're together, he could see my lips, I could see his lips. He also, if he starts to get unhappy or slightly agitated, he will show it in his face. But if his face is covered up, we won't be able to see it. So face shields, and also there's masks that are clear, like face shields, which might be a really good thing for you to invest in. Maybe give one to the speech therapist and your child, and because a lot of our kids need to look at mouths in order to see what you're saying. Okay, so face shields are an option. The other important thing we're going to use when we systematically desensitize or pair or repair masks, we're going to use a lot of general ABA principles, namely positive reinforcement. If we're pushing too hard and getting crying, or swiping or pushing you away, then we've pushed too far. The demands are too high, reinforcement's too low. We also want to use imitation, which is so powerful. So not to just get one face shield, to get a bunch, so that I can wear a face shield and then my son can wear a face shield while we're practicing, or if it's generalized out in the community. So you may want to get the paper version or a cloth version. Again, I would get two, same color. If your child is into characters or whatever, Paw Patrol or trains or whatever, you can also search on the internet and find some character kind of masks. Okay, so if I were sitting down at a table with a child who was not into masks at all, I would not just be going in and trying to attach the mask to their ears and having them, they're going to probably start crying. What I would do instead is I would have my mask and his mask. I would be at a table where he's comfortable, getting lots of reinforcement, maybe watching a favorite video on an iPad or a portable DVD player or a TV. And then I might say, okay, we're going to practice wearing our masks. And I might just do up to my face for a count of 10. and maybe he'll follow. Maybe we need a mirror too. Maybe we need to use video modeling, which I've done some work on video modeling. I did a video blog, a podcast. So at first, it might just be a few seconds of up to the face. Then it might be, I'm going to help him attach, or I'm going to show him how to attach. Again, it's going to be for seconds, then for minutes. Unless the child's already tolerating a mask, but not doing it for longer durations, we might have to set timers or give more reinforcement or try a different face shield if that's permitted where you're going. But in general, we just need to get into the idea that we can desensitize, we can pair or repair anything, and we can help our kids be comfortable in with all of these kind of procedures or new demands that weren't part of our lives just 2 years ago. So hopefully those couple techniques might help you move forward with helping your child or clients to wear masks or face shields. I hope you enjoyed those tips and my answer to how to get kids with autism or signs of autism to wear a mask. And I hope you found that helpful. If you did, I would love it if you would leave me a comment, share it with somebody else who could benefit. And if you would like to learn more about how you can join our online course and community, you can attend a free online workshop at marybarbera.com/workshop. Hope to see you there, and join me next time that I do a video.